Yo, what is going on YouTube? Earn with Todd here, back with some fresh Forex trading content. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you the 10 best Forex trading tips for beginners. Because I was doing a little bit of research on YouTube, trying to find other people who've done videos about giving tips out to Forex traders who are new to the industry. And I gotta say, it's been quite a letdown. There's not been a lot of realistic videos out there telling you what to expect as a new Forex trader. So I'm here to fill in all those gaps where the other YouTubers just have not given you a complete overview, in my opinion. So let's get started with the number one tip as a Forex beginner. Expect to lose a lot. Let me say, if you follow people on Instagram or other YouTubers that may be flashing lifestyle, they're just giving you one aspect of trading where it's just win, win, win. But there's gonna be a newsflash. As soon as you start live trading, you're gonna see the reality of trading as a newbie. You're gonna fucking lose a lot, okay? I'm not gonna cherry coat that. You are going to lose a lot. So expect it, don't fight it. The second tip is, as a Forex trader, you gotta focus on execution. So what do I mean by focusing on execution? Well, when you see an interesting Forex setup, you gotta be willing to pull the trigger and you just gotta enter that trade. Now, this may seem like a straightforward concept, but believe me, okay, you can have the best strategy in the world. But if you're gonna just stare at the charts there when you see a setup and you don't execute it, you may watch price move in the direction you thought it was gonna go, but guess what? You did not execute because for some reason you had a little bit of a fear, you had a little bit of hesitation, whatever it was, you did not execute on the trade that you were looking for. Now, I personally trade with a $20,000 account and I do it live on stream. And believe me, I have had my share of times where I just did not execute. I would just stare at the charts and boom, price would just move in for whatever reason. Maybe it was a fear of losing, maybe it was a fear of being wrong or making a mistake, but there have been many times where I've just watched price glide to where I thought it was going to be and I missed a potential big $400, $500 trade just like that because I was afraid to execute. The third tip I want to talk about is doing compound deposits. So what do I mean by compound deposits? Well, let's say if you only have $100 to start with. Every month you need to plan on either depositing another $100 to your trading account, or maybe it's just going to be 20, 50 bucks, whatever it is. Make sure you are always depositing more money into that account, because let's say if you go on a losing streak, maybe you lose 10 trades in a row, you're going to want to replenish that money. And trust me, it's going to be hard on your psyche watching your account just drain. But once you fill your account back up, you're going to feel a lot better because you will be able to replenish losses. I mean, I'm the perfect example. Back in January of 2020, I started with a $100 account, and every month I would deposit more and more money. And like I said, you can see me trading live with a $20,000 account. Well, you know what? It's actually a $19,000 account because I had a little bit of a losing streak lately, but you know what? That's all right. Because I'm not here to give you the fluff, okay? I'm 100% transparent. Trading is not a walk in the park. You will get your ass beat down, trust me. But you know what? That's what it takes to be able to eventually be a long-term consistent winner. Now, the fourth tip I want to tell you about is going to be the most important, and that is sticking to one strategy. Don't fall into the cycle of doom where you might try one strategy for a week, and then the next week you're trying to trade breakout patterns, and you find that you're not winning with that pattern. So then the next week you jump to a third strategy and you're just doing a revolving cycle of testing out new strategies. Instead, when you should just stick with one strategy until you become a master at that. And then, and only then, once you become a master at that one strategy, then you can start trying to practice a second strategy. For me, I only trade a one candle strategy called the kangaroo tail strategy. It's a pretty simple way to trade. In fact, if you check out the video description, I have a website called kangaroohunter.com. It's 100% free. You don't gotta pay a penny. And there you can see my one candle price action strategy from A to Z, and you can find out for yourself if you would like to learn how to trade kangaroo tails. Now let's move on to tip number 5, read books. Okay, when I first started out as a Forex trader back in 2018, I started with a book called Naked Forex by an author named Walter Peters. And I gotta say that book changed my trading journey completely. It's how I discovered the strategy called kangaroo tails. And there's also quite a few other trading strategies in Naked Forex that you might find helpful, or you just start trading on your own. Another book that I would recommend is called Come Into My Trading Room. The author of that book was Dr. Alexander Elder, and that's a pretty damn good book. That book also talks about kangaroo tails. It talks about money management strategies, which we're going to go over in our next tip, and it will give you more of an inside look at what it's going to take for you if you want to become a professional level trader where you're able to trade for a living. And before we get into the next tip, hold on, okay, I gotta take a little break. Gotta have my Corona here. I'm on the beach. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's just a green screen game. But cheers. Okay, we're ready. We are ready. Let's go. Tip number 6, risk 1% or less per trade as a beginning Forex trader. I know you're gonna see a lot of videos out there that say, oh, it's okay if you risk 2%. But let's say if you go risking 2% per trade, let's say as a new trader, you lose 10 trades in a row, okay? That's 20% of your account. So I would personally suggest go with 1% risk or much less. When you see me live trading with a $20,000 account, I am not risking 1% very much. You can find me risking between 1/4% to 0.5%. And that's just because that's what I feel comfortable for my risk appetite. And you gotta find out for yourself, how much are you personally comfortable with risking? Because the bigger account you have, the less money you actually have to risk percent-wise to actually be able to have a chance at $400 or $500 trades every day. So focus on keeping your risk a lot smaller than what a lot of other so-called Forex gurus are going to tell you to do, which is going to be 2%. Do not do 2% unless you are a fucking professional level trader. Trust me, okay? Trust me when I say that. Now, tip number 7. Use a broker that offers smaller lot size values for other instruments that you may want to trade on top of Forex, such as the indexes like US 30, NASDAQ 100, the S&P 500, because there are brokers that also offer smaller pip values, or say the Dow Jones, where 1 pip is just going to be worth 1 cent, or even 0.001 cent per pip. And when you have that kind of diversification outside of just Forex pairs, you're going to be able to trade a lot more instruments with a much smaller account, while keeping your risk completely safe. If you want to check out the broker I use, I left the link down in the video description. It's called INGOT Brokers. They're 100% regulated. They accept USA clients, and they not only offer great Forex pairs to trade, but they also offer smaller lot size values for indices specifically. So check that out, because one day on top of Forex, you are going to want to try out the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500, especially at that opening bell. Now, tip number 8. Don't follow the lifestyle scammers unless you are gullible, okay? Please, for the love of God, please do not follow anybody that flashes Lamborghinis, exotic cars, so-called mansions, because guess what? Those guys are not real traders. Those guys are pure fucking scammers. They got a course to sell you. They got signals to sell you, and the only reason people keep joining those people is because they are flashing their Lamborghinis. But a lot of people don't realize 99% of Forex traders are actually going to blow accounts. They're going to be losing traders. They're going to give it up. You got to ask yourself, how is following somebody that is showing off a Lamborghini, how is that going to help you as a trader when they got fucking shit to sell you? Because the hard truth is, those kinds of people on YouTube, they make more money selling signals, selling courses than they actually do trading, but they pass it off that they actually are a baller and are able to be a consistent winning trader. But you know, the funny thing is, everybody that shows their Lamborghinis never shows their complete track record. They don't have a MyFX book, but they do claim they are millionaires from trading, when in reality, they became millionaires by trading signals and scamming the fuck out of everyone. Now, tip number 9, don't go on tilt. I know a lot of you are like, Todd, what the hell is tilt? Well, I come from an online poker background, and in poker, tilt is a word where you're basically trying to get revenge, and you're gonna take a stupid shot on your bankroll. You're gonna risk your whole account on a single trade. You're gonna risk your whole account on a single poker tournament. And tilt is going to make you do some stupid shit. We're going to try to flip a $100 account into $1,000, and then boom, a couple pips down, you blow your account right away. And the number one factor how tilt comes on is, let's say if you go on a 10 trade losing streak and you're really fucking pissed off, and you get the mentality where you're just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to risk everything on this one single trade. It's going to be right. If I'm right, I'm going to have $1,000. If I'm wrong, well, you know, people don't think about if they're wrong. So if you get the urge to just risk your entire account, you gotta walk away, because you're better off going to Las Vegas and gambling all your money. Or let's say if you have a $500 account and the first couple of trades you lose, and then something happens to you. You start getting this revenge in your head, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna risk $450 on this one trade. GBP AUD is gonna go to the fucking moon right now. I see all these other people on YouTube winning. I wanna be one of those people. So boom, you put a standard lot down on a $400 account, and you make another big mistake. You don't use a stop loss. A couple hours later, you check your account's fucking gone. It's gone because you went on tilt, you did some dumb shit, and you learned a very important lesson for you. And you're probably not gonna make that mistake again Actually, okay, if you did it once, you might do it another time. I've done it to plenty of online poker accounts, but get this, I have never blown a single Forex trading account. That's because I have insane risk and discipline tolerance. I don't do dumb shit, but believe me, I do go on tilt, but I do not do stupid shit. When I feel tilt coming on, I just stop trading. Now, tip number 10 may come to a surprise to you, and that is set small gain goals, like gaining 10% on your account in a month. Please do not go for a 100% gain on your account as a beginner trader. Don't do it, okay? Because think about this, okay? Let's say if you're able to earn 10% in a month, and 5 years from now, somehow you have a $100,000 trading account. Guess what? If you earn 10% on that account, that's a $10,000 month, which is pretty damn good, right? And also, by setting a smaller percent gain goal, like 10%, you're gonna have a much better chance at hitting that as opposed to trying to just double your account right away. And it's like baby steps, okay? You gotta crawl before you walk, before you're able to run, right? And then you're able to jump, climb up hills and all that. So keep those goals very small. The smaller you keep the goals, the better chance you have at hitting those goals. And then the next month you can set another 10% gain, or maybe go crazy and say, you know what? I did 10%. Is maybe 20% is possible, because the key in Forex trading is going to be consistency in the long term. It's all about survival until you are able to get to that professional level trading. And I'm sure you've all heard the saying, you got to do something 10,000 times before you become an expert in any one field. Well, let's say you got to take 10,000 trades just to become an expert. How many years is it going to take you to become an expert? It might take you 2 or 3 years. I know you see all the rags to riches story on YouTube where people say, oh, they started with a $100 account and then flip that shit to 500,000. But you gotta remember, those people on YouTube, they don't have proof of any of their claims. So keep the goals realistic, keep all of the expectations realistic, refer back to this video, and if you wanna see somebody real actually trade live in front of everybody on their MetaTrader 4 account on a $20,000 account, make sure you check the video description, because you're gonna wanna come check out my live stream. I stream every single day at the New York Stock Exchange Open from 6:30 a.m. Pacific to around 8:30 a.m. Pacific. And you can also catch me doing live streams for the Tokyo session at 7:30 p.m. every weekdays, and that's gonna be in Pacific Standard Time. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. If you got any value out of this video, go ahead and give me the thumbs up, drop some comments below. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can see all of my future videos. And with that said, if you got any value, please come join me on those live streams, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you tune into those live streams. Have a great day, everyone.